Why is the sleep number stored?
Ole! All right. Woo! We are live. Oh yeah. Wait. Whoa. We are live. Whoops. I hope nobody saw me dancing there. You know me. I love my Mexican music. I gotta stay true to my culture, you know. All right. Well, everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Live Time with Matt the Franchise and where's Mike? Mike, how come he's not here? Hold on a second, folks. Production, Hawaiian, Crystal.
Yes.
Have you seen Mike?
Haven't you been watching his posts? He's not coming today.
Whoa! This is new to me. Where is he and what's he doing?
He said he had to wash his hair.
Wash his hair? Really? Oh man, what's he gonna do next week? Paint his toenails? Oh man. Well, I guess we're gonna have to. I guess I'll be running this show solo tonight, folks. But don't worry. I will be, I can definitely take care of this tonight. Of course, we'll definitely, yeah, he's probably playing with his trains, probably. Yes, hi. My new name's also Peanut Butter, by the way. It's what, yeah, shout out to Emma. She's the one who gave, of course, according to Emma, also Mike's Jelly. But that's all right. I guess, like I said, we can still make a good sandwich out of peanut butter, right? I mean, we'll make it work. All right. Again, I want to welcome everybody to this week's edition of Live Time with Matt the Franchise. This week, it's actually only going to be me. Is he fixing his air compressor? Perhaps he could be, but of course, like Crystal said, he had other important things to do. Now, he had to go do his hair. Probably tomorrow, he's going to get his nails done and all that other good stuff. But it's all right. I can still deliver on half of as much fun as Slappy can. So, some of tonight's topics are going to be, we are going to be recapping. We're going to talk a little bit about last week's. As we talked about Cheesevention and some of the great stuff that we found out about last week. And also, I'm going to be recapping this past Sunday's WWE No Way Out pay-per-view, which of course, I'm sure as a lot of y'all know, I'm also a big wrestling fan, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that, to kind of give a little more variety to the show. And I will actually have to be taking over, I guess, as the person in charge of the Storytime book. Luckily, Mike had enough time to actually get me set up with a book this time, so we will go over that. And who knows, maybe we might even do another installment of the Hawaiian book again. If that was actually such a big of a hit last week, so we might just go ahead and get that rolling too. And also, I want it to also be noted that we do now officially have a Facebook page for the show. Me and Mike have thought long and hard about it. That's what she said. And we decided to go ahead and set ourselves up with a Facebook page now. Now we do have a fan page, and of course it is, Live Time with Matt the Franchise and Captain Slappy. It's the picture of us with our, that infamous picture of us for the signature. So it's actually this picture right here. So you gotta look for this picture on Facebook. Oh yeah, it's upside down. My bad. Yes. So make sure take a look at that, and I'll make sure to send the links, of course, to anybody who is on all my invites that I have set up for everybody. So yeah, that's pretty much the majority of the things that we're going to be doing this week. Also, we do also have yes, Mike is over there. I don't know where, but he's over there somewhere. He's not here this week. Again, it's going to be me taking it solo, so I guess we're not going to need this chair this week. Yeah, so you can actually see, you know, we're going to also be, you know, obviously you can now see our graphic back on the TV. Yes, it was fixed. See? Yeah, it was fixed. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and get things... We're going to go ahead and get things started here. Obviously, I am going to go ahead and start talking about the... No, well, yeah, I don't know where Bob is, actually. He's kind of disappeared. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe Bob will maybe make an appearance later, or maybe he'll make an appearance next week. So again, let's see. Okay, oh, we got a big crowd on here tonight. All right. Again, I want to welcome everybody who's just tuning in. Unfortunately, for those who are just now tuning in, Captain Slappy is unfortunately not here today. He had some prior engagements to take care of, so unfortunately, you know, it's going to be me running the show tonight. It will be, of course, obviously the show is still, of course, Live Time with Matt the Franchise and Captain Slappy. But, of course, it is just me tonight. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and start going over some of the pay-per-view results. And some of the big, of course, a lot of people know that we're also trying to expand the group of people that we have in here. So, one of the things that really intrigues me also, or another thing I enjoy to watch and do, is also, I'm a wrestling fan. I actually recently just got tickets to a wrestling event that's going to be here in August. So you'll definitely be seeing me recap that. That's be something that I would, you know, love to, you know, show off to you guys and all that good stuff. So again, we're going to talk a little bit here about the WWE's recent pay-per-view, which was No Way Out. No Way Out was one of the was an old pay-per-view that they used to do, but they decided to bring it back recently. So we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and go over some of the results of that pay-per-view this past weekend. As far as I'm sure some of y'all know, there are some WWE has recently started to do pre-show matches on YouTube now. They're starting to use the power of YouTube in their shows now. What they do is before the actual pay-per-view starts, they have a pre-show that plays on their YouTube page, which is WWE Fan Nation, and it comes off on there. The pre-match this week was Brodus Clay versus David Otunga, which of course, you know, that one was actually a no-brainer. Brodus Clay, the Funkasaurus, was the winner. And of course he had, you know, all the kids come out and dance with him and all that good stuff. You give him his munch, pretty much. Alright, so on to the actual pay-per-view. During the actual pay-per-view is when we actually had... There was a lot of good matches. Like, there was a lot of stuff that was actually advertised. And there were even some matches that they just kind of threw in at the spur of the moment almost. Of course, when you have a 3-hour pay-per-view, you got to have a couple extra surprises, you know, for your audience to really watch on. One of the matches was, of course, the tuxedo match between Santino Marella, who is the current United States champion, against Ricardo Rodriguez, who I'm sure most of you wrestling people know, is Alberto Del Rio's personal ring announcer. Now, it's funny because Ricardo's entrance music was my opening theme for today's show. So, yeah, that's what I was using. Pretty much the tuxedo thing concept is going to be where you have to strip your opponent of their tuxedo. Yes, it was not as pretty as it sounds. So, as a result, whoever lost their tuxedo, lost their tuxedo. We had to witness Ricardo Rodriguez actually lose his tuxedo, and of course it exposed his Alberto Del Rio underwear. Man. And of course, another match that actually took place was actually a non-title match. There was also a fatal 4-way tag team match, which is basically a 12-man tag team match against a couple of teams. It was Justin Gabriel and I believe, what was his name? Tyson Kidd against the Primetime Players, which are better known as Derek Young and Titus O'Neil, against also Primo and Epico. And I believe, yes, Primetime. Not spelled like that, but you know, it's pretty much a simple thing. Similar. Don't you love live? Well, anyways, the primetime players were actually the winners and are now the #1 contenders for the tag team titles against Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. So they will get an opportunity soon enough, as soon as I believe somebody told me that R-Truth recently got injured. So we shall see, you know, where that goes from that point on. I don't know if that was actually true or not. But another match that took place was Layla versus Beth Phoenix. Layla is the current Divas champion. This was a female wrestling match. This one actually lasted pretty good. Lasted a lot longer than I expected, actually. So, she actually defeated Beth Phoenix. That was actually a pretty good match, actually. We, you know, obviously didn't see a title change. We actually had no titles change at this past pay-per-view either, which was something interesting that you don't see at most pay-per-views nowadays. Also, and of course, this is obviously this was an unadvertised match, but they had Sin Cara, who is one of the biggest names in wrestling in Mexico, take on one of his arch nemesis, Hunico, which was better known as Sin Cara Negro back when there were two Sin Caras. Oh yeah, Sin Cara is one of my favorites too. He's definitely, I love the high flying action this guy does. One of the most unique things about Sin Cara is that he actually has, whenever he has a match, they change the lights in the ring to be yellow instead of the traditional white. And of course, the edge of the ring is also aimed with blue lights too. Which, for me, being somebody who really enjoys lighting stuff, that's something I loved. I loved it. So Sin Cara actually defeated Hunico, and of course now he's also debuting his new red and almost like pretty much red and white attire too, which is actually really cool to actually see. Also, we also had Christian battle Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental title. Of course, Christian is the current Intercontinental Champion, which he won at a
Why is this sleep?
Wow, I hate that. Don't y'all hate advertisements? Man. Anyways, Christian won a battle royal, got to choose what title he wanted to fight. He could either gone for the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title at the last pay-per-view. He decided to go with Cody Rhodes when he was originally going to go for Santino Marella. So as a result, we ended up actually getting a match where he won. He beat Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental title. So Cody put his rematch clause on there and took the victory. Well, actually Christian took the victory. Another match that went on during this past pay-per-view was the World Heavyweight Championship was put on the line with Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. Sheamus is the current World Heavyweight Champion, and he actually fought Dolph Ziggler. The original thing was that he was supposed to fight Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, that was actually a really good match. I mean, you want a wrestling clinic, that was probably one of the best matches I've seen on a pay-per-view in a while. Actually, correction, the one with Chris Jericho and CM Punk at WrestleMania, now that was a good match. That was one of my favorites. And in the past year, that's probably been one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. A lot of technical wrestling, a lot of grappling, a lot of high flying, especially for, somebody who's not as big of a high flyer. But, yes, Sheamus did take up the victory on that match. And, of course, Dolph Ziggler. Man, I tell you what, though, that was one really good match. I almost thought Dolph Ziggler was actually going to win. Which would have actually been nice to actually see Dolph Ziggler win a title for more than a day. Would have been nice. And then, of course, one of the two big main events was, of course, CM Punk fighting Daniel Bryan and Kane in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Now, this was actually a pretty good match, too. And, of course, the big angle on this match is that, of course, obviously they have AJ in the mix. Now, of course, we all know women in wrestling is usually an odd combination here. But, let's just say, it was a very interesting match, to say the least. And then, of course, at the end of the match, AJ was about to come onto the ring, but Kane knocked her off the apron, which is, of course, the edge part where you enter the wrestling ring. She actually got on there and she fell off. So as a result of that, it took the victory over to CM Punk, who actually did a roll-up on Daniel Bryan while Kane went to go look out for for Little Miss AJ. Kane actually took AJ out of the ring, but pretty much what happened is that, I guess you could say, I don't know what her deal is, but man, she's crazy. You know, obviously CM Punk, as he even said, and as his new shirt says, I dig crazy chicks. So obviously, you know, there we've got ourselves a nice little victory there. And while AJ was being carried up by old Kane, she actually gave CM Punk this weird looking smile. I don't even know how to explain it, but it was definitely crazy. And then, of course, also, this should also be noted, is that WWE's COO, which is the Chief Operating Officer, Triple H, actually made an appearance at the pay-per-view also to address the issue with Brock Lesnar, who quit the WWE and also filed a lawsuit, which of course is story, not real. But of course, he went ahead and challenged Brock Lesnar to the pay-per-view that plays during the summer, which is better known as SummerSlam. So we shall see if, as of right now, we don't know if he's going to accept it or not. Yeah, Lesnar's scared pretty much. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I really hope that this match does actually pull together. It'll be really awesome to actually see these two wrestle each other. This was definitely something of my interest. I would definitely love to see. And of course, the main event was, of course, the steel cage match with the Big Show and John Cena. Now, if you remember at the Over the Limit pay-per-view, that was pretty much supposed to be where John Laurinaitis was hoping to get fired by Cena, because obviously Cena and John Laurinaitis wrestled each other. But obviously there was interference by the Big Show, and pretty much didn't want anything to do with it. So as a result, Big Show knocked out John Cena, and then that's how this match came about. So to prove that there would be no interference, it was actually set up as a steel cage match. So as a result of that, also Vince McMahon got involved and said that, you know, if Big Show lost, he would get fired. If Big Show won, then John Cena would be fired. Pretty much either way, John would have gotten fired either way. Yeah. And so as a result, you know, it was actually a really good match. Big Show pretty much had the advantage through the entire match. You use the steel cage to your advantage pretty much whenever you're in one of those matches. And Big Show definitely used the ring, or the ring and the actual excuse me. He actually used all the items of usage on this one. So oof, man. Sorry guys, I had to take a little drink there. I actually haven't eaten yet either, so if you guys don't mind, a little bit later on I might actually take a quick munch break here a little bit. I'll probably be munching on some stuff here. So I've got maybe some fries and stuff like that. Hopefully my lunch will be here soon. But anyways, onto the match. Pretty much, he had him set up pretty good, but of course there was some interference and stuff like that. And there was, of course, obviously interference by old John Laurinaitis trying to get Cena to obviously lose, because he didn't want to lose because of people power. My name is John Laurinaitis. I'm the interim Raw General Manager and Vice President of Talent Relations. People power! So as a result, John Cena took the victory on that one, and as a result, old John Laurinaitis got the "You're fired!" And I'll be honest, that was the greatest thing, was watching John Laurinaitis get fired. It was definitely a good match to set up for and stuff like that. So yeah. And so yeah, that was pretty much it on that pay-per-view. And again, also I want to let you guys know, those who are just tuning in, that we do have a fan page for the show now. Go on Facebook and find the group a thing called Live Time with Matt the Franchise and Captain Slappy. And that is our new page where you'll also see all of our updates and also exclusive content for the show. So you got to make sure you check that out. Make sure I highly encourage you to, because We really want to try to, me and Slappy unfortunately couldn't be here. We would really love to have you guys, in on this thing a little more. We would definitely want to have a bigger audience. And again, I want to personally thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank each and every one of you guys who have been tuning in since we first started this show. I honestly didn't know how it was actually going to go at first. But now I'm starting to see that there's a lot of interest in this show. I'm very happy to say that, it's become a success to me personally, and of course to everybody else who's been a part of the show in every way, shape, or form. Whether you've called in, whether you've called in, you've actually been with us here on the show, or you're just a voice, or you're just watching, or you're on there. Alright, so, like I said, if you guys don't mind, I'm probably going to be eating here a little bit. Because, I did get a little hungry. I got me some McDonald's, actually, and I'm really, I got myself some good stuff here, Yeah, let's see. So, yeah, I really do appreciate you guys watching the show. What the? What the? Do you guys see anything in the back? Do you guys see anything behind me? Oh. I don't know. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Robber?
Who are you?
Robber?
Wait, are you the Hambuglar?
Robber?
What in the world? Yes, it is the Hambuglar. I guess the Hambuglar's decided to take my lunch.
Oh,
Give me that back. That's my food. I paid good money for that.
Robber.
Yes, people. Yeah, I guess we're having an unexpected visitor who is the Hambuglar.
Robber.
Yes, robble. So, yeah, everybody please welcome the Hambuglar to our show. Yes.
Robber.
There's a lot of robbles going on in the in our chat room right now. There's a lot of robbling.
Robble.
So, do you understand what they're saying?
Robber.
Fantastic. So I want everybody to say hello to the Hambuglar.
Robber.
Alright, let's go ahead and get you a seat. Yes, I actually did fix that.
Robber.
Yes, I fixed that. So everybody, yes, I did fix that graphic thing again.
Robber.
Alright, so I guess if you want to pull up a chair and if you want to, I guess, have lunch with me, I'm assuming.
Robber.
Yes, actually that was my burger. And actually this is your hamburger. I figured you would love this one.
Robber.
Apparently you must be hungry, huh?
Robber.
He seems a lot like... No, he's not Captain Slappy. I told you guys, Captain Slappy's not here.
Oh, Robber.
Yeah, I don't know who... Do you know who Captain Slappy is? Do you know who that guy is?
Robber.
No?
Robber.
See, he doesn't know who the Hambuglar doesn't know who Captain Slappy is.
Robber.
Yeah, see? But he does enjoy his Hambugglers.
Robber.
So I'm gonna ask, do you like chicken nuggets?
Robber.
Yeah. He'd get along good with Bob. Probably. He might try to eat Bob, that's the only problem.
Robber.
So we're glad to have you here on the show, and we're really happy, I hope you enjoy meeting some of our people out here.
Robber.
I'm sure, as y'all know, a while back, I'm sure about 5 years ago or so?
Why is the sleep?
Oh man, stupid commercials.
Robber.
These commercials are killing me, people. Alright.
Oh, Robber.
I'm sure as y'all remember a while back, I'm sure these saw the...
Robber.
What just happened?
Robber.
Did you just wipe my forehead?
Robber.
Oh my goodness, what have I got myself into here?
Robber.
Oh man. So, I do remember a while back, I could have sworn, I remember looking back at something a while back, that you took over a fan website, didn't you?
Robber?
Yeah, I could have sworn you took over... I could have sworn you took over a website called showbizpizza.com, like about 10 years ago.
Robber?
Yeah. It's a good thing I speak fluent Hambuglar.
Rubble, rubble.
But luckily, you know English too.
Rubble, rubble, rubble. Rubble.
He understands it, but he doesn't know how to talk it.
Rubble.
But yes, I could have sworn I remember you took over a website. What, you want some of my drink?
Rubble.
Okay, here you go. Yep. By the way,
rubble.
yes, McDonald's.
Rubble, rubble.
I'm loving it.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Yes. So you want to answer this? Why did you take over the website?
Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble,
Really?
rubble.
Oh.
Rubble, rubble.
Oh, you don't say.
Rubble.
Ah, man. So yeah, apparently this guy took over the website, and obviously he made it a McDonald fan website. And of course it. What are you doing? Yes, he wrote Burger King.
Rubble. Rubble, rubble, rubble,
Oh,
rubble.
oh, you don't like
Rubble.
Burger King. Apparently he does
Rubble.
not like Burger King.
Rubble, rubble.
Yes. All right. You
Rubble,
do.
rubble, rubble, rubble.
Hey, as a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago we actually had a friend of yours called the Burger King on the show.
Rubble? Rubble,
What?
rubble, 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 rubble! Rubble! Rubble, 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 rubble!
Oh yeah, yes, McDonald's is awesome. Yes.
Rubble!
Oh my goodness.
Rubble!
Why me? Why do I get stuck with all the crazy people?
Rubble, rubble.
They just seem to tend to connect to me somehow.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Here, eat a French fry. That'll calm me down.
Rubble?
Those are McDonald's fries too, by the way.
Rubble!
No. He's not gonna be stealing my burgers now. Yes. Fries. Yummy.
Rubble, rubble, rubble!
Here, do you want another cheeseburger?
Rubble! Rubble, 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 rubble!
So, are you on? I gotta ask now because we're on the subject of the Showbiz website takeover that you did several years ago. I want to ask you about. Are you responsible for the Showbiz pizza form being down?
Rubble!
I'm the one who helps take care of that website, so I need to know. Are you responsible for this?
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Yes, I do a good job on that.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Yes, and I am awesome too. No?
Rubble.
Okay. I thought I'd try. So, also, I guess you are responsible for it, guys. So if you want to blame anybody for the forum being down, blame it on this guy.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
You're trying to blame me now, huh? How is it my fault?
Rubble, 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 rubble.
You make a valid point.
Rubble.
Here's a question for you. I got from Justin Morova. Have you ever taken Burger King's burgers before, Hambuglar?
Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble.
Okay.
Rubble.
I'm sure you understood that, right?
Rubble, rubble.
I'm pretty sure Justin understood that. Everybody speaks fluent Hambuglar. I don't see why not.
Rubble, rubble.
See?
Rubble, rubble.
Yeah, exactly. My point exactly.
Rubble.
Oh man, like I said, why am I stuck with all the crazy ones?
Rubble,
Do you
rubble,
like
rubble, rubble, rubble,
Chuck E.
rubble.
Cheese kid asks, do you like Wendy's burgers?
Rubble, rubble, rubble. Rubble, rubble, yeah.
I guess that answers that question then.
Yeah.
So, I also heard recently, okay, I want to ask you, what is your favorite cheeseburger? Obviously we know it's a McDonald's burger, but what kind?
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Man, that is a big burger.
Rubble.
How are your arteries not clogged?
Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble, rubble, rubble.
Oh, you do stuff like that?
Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble, rubble.
Interesting.
Rubble.
Oh, man. Alright, let's see. What about Wendy herself?
Or rubble, rubble.
No, you don't like...
rubble.
You only like burgers, huh?
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Apparently the Hambuglar likes to dance too.
Rubble. Oh, rubble, 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 rubble.
This show is getting really weird.
Oh, rubble, rubble, rubble,
I don't know if this is where I wanted it to go, but you know, we'll just go with it. I guess the Hambuglar's taking off. I guess he saw a talking burger or something. Oh man. Well, we'll see if he'll come back eventually. So, alright. Are you having trouble focusing the camera? No, I think it's probably just the lighting, probably. Yeah, let me see if we can fix this here. Aha! Look a little clearer now. Alright. So, alright, let's go ahead and get back on with the discussions here. Of course, another thing I want to also touch base on is that also the WWE is going to be setting a really big milestone as far as wrestling events. Monday Night Raw is going to be celebrating its 1,000th episode. Yeah, so this is going to be a big event that we're going to be a part of. And, you know, obviously it's going to be... WWE is also going to be expanding the show from its original 2 hours to now 3 hours. So now you get 3 hours of entertainment, which in my time, that's actually 7 to 10. Which for most people, it's usually like 8 to, you know, whatever. Usually it's always set on standard times and whatnot. It's going to be on July 23rd on, of course, obviously it'll start at 7 instead of 8 like it used to. So, yeah, definitely want to check out that if you're a big wrestling fan, or if you want to maybe start getting your interest into wrestling. It's definitely, you know, something different in itself. So we shall see where that's going to go. All right. Yeah, we just unexpectedly had the Hambuglar on our show not too long ago. For those, and apparently he's still roaming around here. Oh, apparently he's still around here.
Rubble, rubble.
And apparently he's making faces behind my back.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Don't worry, I can see everything you're doing.
Oh, rubble. Rubble, rubble.
Man, this show is just, like I said, each week it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. I don't know if this is where I wanted to go with this, but we'll make it work.
Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble.
Hi.
Rubble, rubble, rubble.
You're scaring me now.
Oh. Rubber, 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 rubber.
What? Ow! What? You want me out of the seat? No. What? Why?
Rubber.
Okay.
Rubble, 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 rubble.
Fine. You want to do this? You think it's so easy? Why don't you go
Rubble,
ahead and try?
rubble,
Go ahead and give it a try.
All right, rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubber, rubber, rubber. Oh, rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble, 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 rubble. Rubble, 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 rubble. 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 Oh, rubber.
Excuse me? What are you doing?
Rubber, rubber.
You are not eating my lunch. Give me that!
Rubber,
Give me
rubber, 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 rubber.
Why me? Oh, there goes my lunch.
Rubber, rubber.
My burger's been crushed. And, oh well, I guess I'll settle for Whataburger later.
Rubber, rubber.
I wonder if he'll get all mad. Oh man, it's all flat now. Jeez. He didn't have to step on it either. It's alright, we'll get to that later. So, another topic we're going to be going over a little bit later on is, again, those for who are just, tuning in, because we do have people who have been fluctuating both in and out of the show. In, out. We are going to be doing another story time. We might even go back into the Hawaiian book, which, I'm sure as y'all notice, I am wearing a Hawaii-style shirt. Something like that. Actually, Crystal got this for me as a souvenir at our last little fiasco down in Hawaii, which that was a lot of fun. I'd love to go out to Hawaii again sometime. It's always fun. Well, at least he didn't mess with my prize. But he'll never, ever get my chicken nuggets.
Rubble, rubble.
Again, why is it every time Mike's not here, the show gets even crazier? Wait, I wonder who that could be.
Rubble, rubble, rubble.
Hold on a second here. What's going on here?
Rubble.
Hello?
Hey, franchise. Oh, hey, what's
Dude,
up?
it's about time. Where have you been? Dude, where have you been?
Dude, I told you I was gonna be late. Okay, so what did I miss?
Dude, the Hambuglar was in here and he squashed my lunch.
The Hambuglar?
Oh, I guess, guys, look who's here. Slappy actually made it to the show.
The Hambuglar.
Yes, the Hambuglar was here.
No, he wasn't.
You don't believe me? He
No.
was here.
No, I don't.
Oh, man. Yes, the jelly has arrived, Emma. How can you not believe that?
Whatever, dude. Why would the Hambuglar be here?
Why not? It's always some crazy stuff that happens around here.
I stopped at McDonald's on the way, so I was a little later than I meant to be.
Ironic, because that's what I had for lunch, and that's how all of a sudden the Hambuglar magically appeared.
Dude, what happened to your hamburger? It looks like somebody stepped on it.
Yeah, somebody did step on it. The Hambuglar did. So yeah, welcome back to the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Told you the show's getting
So-
weirder and weirder each
okay,
week.
so what did you do while I was gone?
Well, I was actually plugging also our new Facebook fan page.
Oh, yeah. Last time I checked it, we had like 40-something likes.
Hey, 40 likes is definitely good with me. Again, we want to thank everybody for showing support for our goofy little show.
Whoa, what's this?
I guess the Hambuglar didn't have to take his lunch with him.
Okay, dude, whatever. This is getting weird.
The stuff I deal with around here. But that's okay. That's what makes this show awesome. And, of course, everybody just tunes in.
That's not the first word I would use to describe this show, but, hey.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get on to another topic here.
Oh, well, everybody's glad to see me.
Yes, apparently so. Everybody say hi, Slappy!
Hi, Slappy.
Oh, we had two people say. Somebody said hi, Slap.
Okay, so...
Harmony Howlett says she wants you to go home.
I don't like Harmony Howlett. We should put her in her cupcake, and then we should push her cupcake off a cliff, like one with train tracks at the bottom as the train's going by.
That sounds a little violent, don't you think?
It would be very fitting, just like for another coyote we know, named Wile E.
I don't know what you're talking about, Chuck Entertainment Cheese. That wasn't Captain Slappy. I don't even know. She said that she's gonna push you down a hill in a dumpster.
That sounds kind of fun.
See, indeed. Captain Slappy's crazy. The crazy stuff we deal with around here. Hey, Slappy, can you say robble, robble, robble?
Robble, robble, robble. What's the point in that?
I don't know, just somebody wanted you to say that.
Robble, robble, robble.
No, nothing suspicious here. Just a bunch of goofballs enjoying their Saturday night. Hey, somebody said they liked your shirt.
Oh, why, thank you. This is my Cheese Vention 9 shirt for the convention I didn't hear.
Woo!
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm allergic to stinky feet. Whew.
Just put your shoes back on.
My shoes are on. Yours are the ones that are off.
Oh, my feet aren't stinky though.
So, Justin Morova wants to know, who is your favorite character from McDonald Land?
Me? Gosh, who was my favorite character? I always liked
Grimace.
Grimace is probably a good one. I like the Fry Guys a lot. They were always cool. The Apple Pie Tree. He was Professor was pretty cool. I like a lot of the ones that they got rid of early on. Do you know why they got rid of those characters, Matt, the franchise?
I do not know why. Why did they?
Well, there are these two guys that are probably going to be over most of these kids' heads. Sid and Marty Krofft. They did a lot of shows. DC Follies, that political thing with the puppets. You may have seen that video by Genesis Land of Confusion back in the 80s. Those are the DC Folly puppets they use of Ronald Reagan and all those guys. But they also did a lot of crazy shows like HR Puffin stuff, The Bugaloos, which is one of my personal favorites of theirs, Land of the Lost, just a variety, Lidsville, just a variety of crazy shows. So back in the late 60s, early 70s, McDonald's commissioned Sid and Marty Krofft to use that style of character for their shows like Sigmund and the Sea Monster and Puffin stuff and all that, and they created Big Mac, Mayor McCheese, Grimace, Captain Crook. And you'll notice, if you're familiar with those old shows, that they there's a lot of similarities between the Sid and Marty Krofft stuff, like Lidsville and particularly H.R. Puffin stuff, and the McDonald characters. Well, it's because Sid and Marty Krofft created the McDonald Land characters and designed the costumes. Well, McDonald's wasn't exactly ethical back then, and they decided they weren't going to pay Sid and Marty Krofft for their work, and there was a big lawsuit that I think lasted several years, but by the early 80s it was settled, and they had to drop a lot of those characters, which is why Big Mac and Mayor McCheese and the Professor
They all
kind of
disappeared.
vanished. But like the Apple Pie Tree, they had a thing for evil trees back in their shows, and especially like in H.R. Puffin stuff.
say Puffin stuff, didn't they have
Puffin stuff had 3 evil trees, one of which always spoke in rhymes, and that was the inspiration behind the Apple Pie Tree, but
Interesting.
there's your McDonald's history list. Speaking of that, and we talk about Showbiz Pizza and stuff, a couple years ago, on April Fool's Day, the Hambuglar actually took over the website. Did you see that?
Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, me and my guests were talking about that.
What guest?
I told you, dude. We had the Hambuglar just came in and invaded this place.
The same Hambuglar took over the website, I bet.
Yes, that was.
I wonder if he was the one behind the website, the forum part of the website being down.
Well, it was really hard to tell what he was saying.
What do you mean? Aren't you fluent in Hambuglar?
Oh yeah.
He always says like Robble, right?
See, like right there, you just said I love cheeseburgers.
I did.
Yeah, that's what you said in Hambuglar.
Okay, I meant to say hello. How are you, Robble?
Now that's how you say
Oh,
how
okay, good. It's all about the enunciation. So yeah. But okay, yeah. If the Hambuglar was here, you wouldn't have done something that cool without me, though, right?
No, of course not. I would have never done nothing cool without you.
I mean, the Burger King and some of those other characters that visited us kind of sucked. I mean, I'd hate to see how we'd screw the Hambuglar up.
Not even, dude. People will probably love the Hambuglar.
So
problem.
how are we doing on viewership tonight?
Well, we got
16 people in the chat room. Rock on.
We got 9 people in the chat room. 16 altogether viewed.
Or we currently lost one. Hey, the Ustream bots. I bet you the Ustream bot was behind the Hambuglar.
You think he invited him? Probably to help our ratings.
Bad. What's bad, Emma?
Somebody was using bad words. But of course, we like to keep the show PG.
Oh yeah, Chuck Entertainment Cheese got censored there. Naughty.
Justin likes your burger, liked the special guest that you brought a couple weeks ago.
I did not impersonate them. I was in the bathroom when that stuff was going on. Actually.
You were in the bathroom. One of them, he stepped out because you had to watch the...
When is Michael Hill coming? Michael Hill is never invited. He just kind of shows up and ruins our show.
He just randomly comes in and collects.
Yeah, I don't think anybody owes him money this week, unfortunately, so...
Luckily, that's the good part about it.
Yeah.
See, another thing we didn't talk about is why McDonald's were eliminating all their characters, too, whenever... obviously somebody like Hambuglar's barely got a job nowadays. You can see why...
Well, there's this whole thing about kids getting fat from fast food and how fun characters and toys and meals reward them for eating badly, so... more. Back when I was a kid, America was a free country. You know, we didn't. Not only did we not have to sit. I mean, you know, 12-year-old kids have to sit in booster seats now, and everybody in the car has to buckle up. And I mean, when I was a kid,
Hitters, yeah.
Yeah, well, back when I was a kid, you know, all my friends' parents owned station wagons and hatchbacks, and I remember we used to sit in the back of the car. We weren't even in seats. Forget seat belts. We'd be sitting in the back of the hatchback or the station wagon playing Star Wars figures and whatever it is we did back then. And, you know, it wasn't a thing. And now we're to the point everybody's got bicycle helmets. Nobody wore a bicycle helmet when I was a kid.
Well, that's because kids weren't as extreme as they are nowadays.
I don't know. I think it's just people got lawsuits stupid. But my point is,
jumping around the back.
We didn't wear seat belts. We didn't wear helmets. And and things turned out just fine. And now we're to the point in our society where, oh my gosh, if we put a toy in a Happy Meal, it's going to make kids are going to want to eat chicken McNuggets and fries anyway. The toy is a plus. I mean, I always went to McDonald's for the Happy Meal prizes, but you know, I didn't turn out fat and stuff.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. And plus, the McDonald's Happy Meal prizes, you used to get like a box that would be like a little place that you punch out little doors and you got like an actual action figure.
I remember when you used to be able to like masks and stuff like that or something. You can actually make some out of the Happy Meal box.
Yeah, you get a bag now, but it used to be a box. And like when they do the little plastic trains, you'd get pieces of train track and it would make a little train station or a tunnel for your train to go through, and every week you got a different car and you had like a little train set by the end of it. And then they did these molded Happy Meal boxes. Like they did UFOs and they had stickers after your meal came in like an actual plastic UFO and you put stickers on it. And when Dukes of Hazzard was huge when I was a kid, they did like the General Lee and the police car and all the different vehicles, and they were these big plastic.
The Halloween buckets, yes, I remember
those. And the Halloween buckets,
yes.
Yeah.
The ones that actually glue in the dark and stuff like that.
Yeah, they did those, and you actually got your meal in an actual plastic Halloween. But they don't do that anymore. And the toys are kind of lame compared to what they were. It's just like Cracker Jack. Y'all know what Cracker Jack is, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Do kids still eat Cracker Jack?
I do.
Now you get like a sticker or a stupid tattoo or a little tiny baseball card. You got an actual toy in Cracker Jack back when I was a kid. And cereals, breakfast cereals. You actually got cool stuff in breakfast cereal too, like Captain Crunch and Apple Jacks and what have you. And they've gotten away from all that because you've got all these stupid people that are all, ooh, kids will get fat because they're eating more cereal to get the prize.
Lame prizes, yeah. Nowadays they are.
They are. That's exactly my point. They are lame prizes. When I was a kid, they were cool prizes, though.
Yes. By the way, Slappy, what color are your jeans?
My jeans?
Yes.
Blue? Why?
Blue!
Dude, leave the bricks on the beach. That's our summer safety tip.
Yes. Leave the bricks on the beach.
Blue!
Which is the color that's in the background.
We should have Steve Waters on our show some night.
Oh, that would be so awesome if we could.
I wonder how you go about booking him.
You just say the color blue!
We're saying it, he's not here.
Where is Steve Waters when you need him?
I don't know.
What color is Jasper's background for Studio C?
Red! Is it? What color is it?
No, it's actually blue!
I don't watch Studio C too much.
No, I know. See, the kids love that.
They think if we'll sit there and go blue.
We could probably do that all night.
And
they will love it.
People.
They will love it.
They would. Hey, we're back up a viewer, so let's just keep doing it. Blue. Wow, we got an hour and 10 minutes to kill still.
We could do that all night if we wanted to.
And we got a stupid ad popping up.
Don't worry, they can all still see us. It's only on our side where we have the ad. Don't y'all just hate the ads?
Wow. Hang on, is that a sleep number bed?
Yes, it is.
I wonder what my sleep number. What's your sleep number?
We
should go live on camera to a sleep number place and lay on the bed. Like, not together in a gay way, but, you know, just lay on the bed together or separately and get our sleep numbers. You never know, we might have to share a hotel room at some point, and there might be a...
What? Why would we share a
I mean, it might have to get... We might be going on the road someday, and I want to know what my sleep number is. Mine's 11D4.
Mine's 11D4?
Let me send that girl back to school. She does not know how to count.
11-4. How about 79?
I don't know. I want to check the sleep number thing out.
I can count to potato.
Mystery Shopper had a Playboy spray ad. I've seen that on the interwebs.
Oh man, those are so silly.
Well, Harmony's like, no, are you legally old enough to be getting Playboy ads, Harmony Howlett? Well, she is legal now, right?
Yeah, that coyote is legal.
Well, I remember when she was a little girl and she was like Emma's
according,
age.
Harmony, or apparently according to Coyote's 5. Or that's in coyote years.
Yeah.
Probably.
When aren't coyote years like dog years?
I don't know, honestly.
So I think every 7 people years is, or every
Actually,
people
correction.
years,
She says that she's potato.
you're potato. Okay. Back in the cupcake.
She's potato years old.
Turn off the fruitcake coyote. I think that one's a button on the right.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that here.
Button on the left is the fruitcake
that's
dog, the
fruitcake
fruitcake
dog.
coyote. You gotta wonder why Chucky didn't try that trick on Harmony. I mean, he could turn Jasper off, and
Probably because it was easier. He would have remembered it.
Harmony was hooked to the same computer. You gotta wonder why he didn't have her shut off.
Ain't that the truth?
He never tried that on a guest.
Probably because he didn't want to be rude.
Oh, he was all about being rude. What do you mean didn't want to be
Turn
rude?
off the fruitcake potato. Yes.
They should have had a guest star. If the guest concept had continued, they should have had a potato as a guest.
Yes. Harmony had a gun, so... Yeah, that's true.
Well, right as she went to shoot, they hit the button fast enough, she would have gone. That's how you fix that?
Yes. Yes, you turn off the fruitcake dog.
Indeed. You know what? I missed the jig tonight. Did you jig when you came on?
Yes, I did to Mexican music.
Wow, really? Like accordion stuff? No,
Actually, it sounded a little more something like this.
Oh, the other Mexican song.
Yes.
Because there's only like 2 Mexican songs.
Yes.
Oh, there's a Mexican in a tuxedo with a microphone.
Yes. His name's Ricardo Rodriguez.
Wasn't he on I Love Lucy?
No.
That's Squally could have gotten into this.
The crazy things we do for our audience.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that.
Oh, please. You know you enjoyed it. Okay, well, apparently they love us for it. So, yes, it's a
Indeed.
win-win situation.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who were we supposed to do on this show tonight?
I
The previous
wasn't planning on you being here tonight. I
I
thought
told
you
you
were
I
actually.
might be here second hour. I got here a little sooner than I planned. We're not even 2 second hour yet, and I'm here.
Ah, well, maybe that is a good thing. All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what we got. Alrighty. Well, we could go ahead and start doing your book that you were going to do. That I was going to do originally.
Story time with Captain Slappy. Interactive story time with Captain Slappy.
Yes, Emma. We're going to go ahead and go with the name you gave old Slappy over there's.
Interactive story time with Captain Slappy, where you are the star
Right here, right there, right there.
of the adventure. You.
Yes.
Now, Emma, you weren't here last week, and neither was Harmony Howlett, but you guys were characters in our last story. You were on a boat, yo.
They were on a boat.
And you went to go rescue... They went to go rescue Emma, actually.
Oh, she watched it on YouTube, so...
Okay, so you're familiar with that. Yeah, I think they did the most boring, direct way to rescue you, too, because there's other cool stuff that happened. We may revisit that one.
Yeah. Says she was chilling with Mac tonight.
You know Mac tonight. Andrea would totally like to hang out with you, I bet.
I'm about
Andrea
to
was
say.
in the story, too, even though she never watches, as far as I know.
Well, she probably watches the reruns, probably.
Does she?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
We'll have to find out if she does.
And Andrea is married to Mac tonight.
She thinks she is.
She is.
Is she?
Yeah.
I think I saw that on her Facebook. We're talking about people that aren't even watching the show here.
That's okay. I'm sure they'll enjoy.
Who else was in our story? Who was the guy? Was it you? Yeah, it was.
It was me. Yeah.
You played the part of Tony. We used your new boat. We didn't use Danny's new airplane because she was fingering her pilot's license. Biffer's here. Biffer wants to hear story time with Slappy. So, with no further ado, tonight is a Dungeons and Dragons Endless Quest book, very similar to the Pick a Path. This one is called Circus of Fear, based on the Dungeons and Dragons game, which I still play. Okay. You learn that a cruel circus owner plans to take over the country. Wait. Stop. Hold it. Stop. Why would a circus owner want to take over the entire country?
I don't know.
Like, do they mean like the ringmaster that got the top hat?
I have no idea.
That seems like an odd motive for a circus master.
Alright, well, in that case, it is time for Story Time with Slappy. Don't you just love these graphics, people?
Hey, I got my own graphic.
Yes.
Harmony is too cool for D&D.
So he can make fat
Okay,
Americans
we'll
jump
go
through
with Emma's
hoops.
book. I haven't opened the book yet. What's on the back? So we haven't got past the first sentence on the back of the book. So let's continue. Somehow, you must get away and expose the scheme. Okay, so I guess we work for the circus. We're prisoners of the circus. We'll have to find out. What will you do? Wait, you gotta point my finger again, because I'm not good at this mirror image stuff. I always go the wrong way.
Right there.
You.
Right there.
The dangers you face are many, and the choices are yours. Yours! This is really confusing with this whole mirror image camera thing. Okay.
Yay, get you almost.
Will you tell the animal trainer, even though he can turn his menagerie of ferocious beasts loose on you? Didn't sound like a good idea to me. Will you tell your story to the boastful trapeze artist, who holds your life in his hands high above the center ring? Oh gosh, if I'm dangling by the trapeze guy, Or will you seek help from the sideshow freaks? By sideshow, they mean like cabaret or lounge acts?
I have no idea. But let's get you in camera a little better here.
Okay.
There we go.
Who want to turn you into a living mummy? That sounds like the better of the three choices so far. I could get mauled by a lion, dropped from a trapeze about 100 feet, or turned into a mummy. Okay. Action adventures are yours. Every Endless Quest book. Okay, so this is Circus of Fear. We're writing a...
It's probably like Phantom of the Opera on steroids in a freak show.
Okay, Emma, would you please not give away the plot? Thank you. Take the little girl, shoot a virtual dart in her neck before she... Okay, now we're to the front page. We've got the back description. Here's a picture of the cover again. You're writing a hippogriff thing with an owl's head. Okay. Once upon a time, an evil circus owner named Bombax. What the hell kind of a name is Bombax? I would be pissed off and take over the world too if my name was Bombax. Okay, so an evil circus owner named
Indeed, Citizen Slappy.
Bombax plotted to replace the king with a magical counterpart. Ooh. You are Layla, a young person who first angers Bombax by freeing his Pegasus, then earns his hatred by learning about his scheme. You must avoid the accidents Bombax arranges for you, and at the same time decide which circus people you can trust. Alright, so everybody got that. So that's the preface. Now we're to pay. I think the story actually begins here. You are about to set. Okay, who's you gonna be tonight? I think this is another. The main character's a chick.
All right, who wants to be the chick in the show?
How many chicks do we have here?
We have one.
Wait, did
Actually,
we lose Harmony?
Yeah, Harmony left. She says she has.
She's
errands.
too cool for D&D. Okay, Emma, you're the main character. Emma, okay.
Citizen Emma is now the main character.
is about to set off on a quest in which she will meet many dangers and face many decisions.
You got
Your, as in you people in the chat room, choices will determine how the story turns out. So be careful. You must choose wisely. Do not read this book from beginning to end. Instead, as you are faced with a decision, follow the instructions and keep turning to the pages where your choices lead you until you come to an end. At any point, your choice could lead to success or disaster. You can read The Circus of Fear many times with many different results. So if you make an unwise choice, go back up to the beginning and start again. Or we can just flip back to the previous page where we didn't die and go the other direction. That's how I did it. Good luck on Emma's adventure. In this story, you are Emma, a young person. She's young. She's how old? 14?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you when you're what grade are you in when you're 14? She had finals like she's junior high age, right?
Well,
she's still a young person. Anyway, in this story, you are Emma, a young person who is visiting the circus with... Okay, we need Petra. That's a chick's name, and we've only got... Who wants to be Petra? Petra is Emma's friend.
Ah.
Who would like... Please, don't kill me, please. Okay, Emma, it's all going to be... Your fate is in the hands of the chat room crowd.
Yes, the crowd.
Okay, Jalen. Jalen's going to be Petra.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, no, not this. I'm watching another Ustream.
Oh, he must be watching something else. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. So we've got Jalen and Emma. You've come to see the performance in the Big Top, and the ringmaster is about to start the show.
Okay,
circus. Hang on, we're doing the fade. We're doing the fade out thing.
Afro circus, Afro polka dot, polka dot, polka dot.
Okay, so everybody's got your imagination turned on. We're sitting in a circus ring now.
Please use your imagination.
Oh, hang on, we got some illustration here. There's a giant guy and Jalen and Emma. Here, let me show that picture. Okay, you got kind of got in my hand because I'm really
There we go. Right there, right there, right there.
Okay, everybody see the picture there? Okay, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but that's the picture.
Circus, Afro, polka dot, polka dot, polka dot. Sorry.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, the Bombax brothers... God, that's a stupid... Okay, Bombax, hold it, that doesn't work. The franchise, you're the bad guy. The Franchize Brothers Circus of Fantasy is proud to present the largest collection of extraordinary performing monsters and mortals in the world of Greyhawk. Now, time out. What is the world of Greyhawk, Matt?
The world of Greyhawk?
You don't know, do you?
I don't know.
Son,
actually.
why are you running your mouth if you don't know what you're talking about?
I'm
gonna learn y'all on Greyhawk. Now, Greyhawk is the original world that Dungeons & Dragons, the game, took place in, okay? It's filled with elves and dwarves and halflings and humans
Mexicans?
and shit. And there are no Mexicans in D&D, at least not in the world of Greyhawk. The world is called Orith. I play D&D, I run a game in Orith, and Greyhawk is the name of the setting, okay? So, this is not taking place on modern-day Earth, it's taking in a... And for those of you who are totally close about D&D, it's like Lord of the Rings, if you know what that is. Okay. Anyway, monsters and mortals in the world of Greyhawk, and if they really wanted to do this in character, they would have said Orith, not the world of Greyhawk, because the characters would never call it Greyhawk. That's the name of the castle, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
They will astound, amaze, and delight, and frighten you, citizens. And now, we ask you to direct your attention to the mammoth steel arena in the center ring for a whirlwind of caged fury as black-maned caterwauls and ferocious displacer beasts. Now, a displacer beast is like a panther. It's got these tentacle things coming out of its shoulders. A displacer beast, the thing is they were hard to hit because you couldn't judge the depth perception. They looked closer than they were. So you go stab with your sword, and they were a few feet back because that's what displacer beasts did. Just had to explain that. So where was I? Ferocious displacer beasts, natural deadly enemies, perform under the direction of the incomparable Rebius Romney. Okay, who is that going to be? That can be Biffers.
Sure.
Okay,
Biffers
perform under the direction of the incomparable Biffers 95. Okay, so Emma's Layla, right?
I guess, whoever the...
Hurry, Layla, it's starting. We're going to be late, Jalen says angrily. I just can't leave. It's a sin to chain a Pegasus. That's like a horse with wings for those of you that don't watch My Little Pony. You go on and and I'll be there
Nice way
soon.
to put it.
Well, My Little Pony had Pegasus. Pegasi, if that's more than one. She-Ra. She-Ra, Princess of Power, rode a Pegasus.
Yes.
Pegasus is singular, Pegasi is plural.
Indeed, Citizen.
God, I'm glad
Slappy.
we got a whole freaking hour to do this, because we're not even past the first page. I gotta explain these things to the kids, though.
Nah, it's okay. That kills a little more time. Yay!
I want to, I just can't leave. It's a sin to leave a Pegasus, to chain a Pegasus. You go on and I'll be there soon. I want to pet her a little longer. That is, Emma talking. You, children, what are you doing? Roars an enormous man as he
I'll
strides
be
into
right
the
back.
clearing. I'm the Franchize, the owner of this circus and the Pegasus. Leave her alone. Yo, we're just petting her, Emma says. Don't you ever feed her? Jalen demands. Of course we feed her. But she won't eat. A waste of 5,000 good gold pieces. That's like gold pieces is money in D&D. I expect she'll die soon, the Franchize says as he pokes the fragile Pegasus with a fat finger. So, dude, if you like give her a piano, you can make her a cabaret act. People could pay $0.25 to watch her sing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I could.
I'm just giving you an idea in your circus there.
Not a
But you
bad
can't
idea.
let her die. Emma cries in horror. Why don't you let her go? No! I bought her. She's mine. I've also restored her and changed all her Mac valves. If she won't do as I want, let her die. I'll stuff her, put her in the shy show, get her a cosmetic retrofit, and make her into a new character. But that's my business, not yours. Get out of my franchise and stop poking into things that don't concern you, roars the Franchize as you back away. Jalen, we have to do something. Like set her free, Jalen asks as Emma walks towards the brightly lit main tent. Do you think we could? Emma whispers. Backing into the shadows, Jalen opens his hand. In his palm lies a silver key.
Silver.
Jalen, Emma cries, flinging her arms around him. I'm always scared you'll get caught, but tonight I'm glad you can pick pockets. Whoa, that's like... Is that like a racial stereotype thing there?
It almost sounds like it.
Thief is a class in D&D, and that's what their job is. When should we do it? Now? No. There are too many people around. Let's watch the show for now. After it's over and everyone's gone, we'll set her free. But Jalen,
Here,
the
take
longer
over,
we
Sam. I'll be
stay...
right back.
I am taking over. I'm the one
Yes.
reading the story. Okay, I'm reading the story. I'm in charge here. I didn't need him here anyway.
I'll be right back.
No, there are too many people around. Let's watch it. Okay. But, Jalen, Jalen, the longer we stay, the more trouble we'll be in when we get home. It's not our home, spits Jalen. At your home, people love you, and no one loves us, the Drunken Crow. Okay, so we live in an orphanage called the Drunken Crow. We haven't gotten to you yet, Biffer. Who did I say you were again? Who was Biffer? I forget. I gave Biffer a part in this. Oh, you're the animal trainer person. That's right. That's right. We haven't gotten in the tent yet. So you live in the Drunken Crow. We'll get a beating when we go back, so let's make every minute count. Come on, let's see the show. And grabbing your hand, Jalen pulls you into the tent. For a time, your loneliness and hunger vanish. God, this Drunken Crow place sounds like a real crappy place to live. Erased by the magic of the circus. Only when the final trumpet blast fades do you stir from the hard wooden bench. Now, Jalen, you ask? Let's watch them take down the tent first. They'll be gone before morning. Wouldn't it be fun to go with them? Always seeing new places and different people? Maybe BB Bubbles goes along, because she was a circus elephant, you know. Hush, Jalen. It scares me just to think about it, Emma says with a shiver. Well, Emma, you're just not being fun in the story so far. Outside, a thick fog covers everything with a ghostly mantle. Huge fingers loom out of the mist and tower above you. Mastodons, Jalen says knowingly. That's like the Black Ranger's power from Power Rangers, if you followed that. They pull up the pegs that hold the tent. Watch. Outlined by the glow of flickering torches, the mammoth creatures lumber about, pulling the pegs and poles and rolling up the tent. Then, over the trumpeting of the beast, you hear the growling of the growl of thunder. Jalen, it's time. It's going to storm. All the better for us. And as the first large drops of rain begin to fall, Jalen points to a red house wagon covered with gold designs. We'll hide under there until everyone goes to sleep. Okay? Scrambling under the wagon, the two of you settle down to wait. Soon you begin to nod drowsily. Hours later, you are awakened by heavy footsteps overhead. It went smoothly enough today, rumbles a gruff voice. Now only 4 men stand between us in total control of Greyhawk. Can we do it? A second voice asks nervously. These people aren't stupid. Clusia. Who's Clusia going to be? That sounds like a franchise henchman.
Yes, it is.
Who wants to be Clusia? It sounds like a chick, maybe. Who's in the... Justin. Justin can be Clusia. Justin! Nothing can go wrong. No one knows except you, me, and the doppelgangers. Doppelgangers are like evil monkey people that kill people and take their bodies and look like them and stuff.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Yeah, they're a real pain in the ass if you play D&D and you've ever had to deal with them. Anyway, all you have to do is get the next doppelgangers ready for tomorrow, and it will work like it always has. 2 officials go into the fortune teller's tent, then Zippo Changeo. Who says Zippo Changeo? I mean, what the hell was that?
Right. That sounds like some random name that somebody would just come up with.
Okay, Zippo Changeo. Out come 2 doppelgangers who look and act just like them, but do as we command. I'm worried, the franchise. I'd hate for anything to go wrong now. Nothing will go wrong. I'll see to that, the deep voice says menacingly. I'll kill anyone who stands in my way. Come on, Emma. We've got to get out of here, whispers Jalen.
And we're going to go over where's?
Over theirs.
We're going to go over there?
Out from beneath the far side of the wagon. Quickly, the 2 of you dash through the pelting rain to the Pegasus. You hug her wet, trembling body as Jalen, with fumbling fingers, pushes the key into the lock. Hurry, Jalen! You call out, or Emma calls out as the Mastodon begins to bugle an alarm. Is that like farting? Like they bugled an alarm?
Sounds like it.
I'm trying! It's stuck, cries Jalen as a bolt of lightning rips across the sky. As you cling to the quivering creature, a single tear flows down her muzzle. When you touch the tear with your finger, it turns to a crystal and drops into your hand.
Like Crystal the Hawaiian?
Yeah. Aloha!
Aloha, Hawaiian! That's our producer person who helped us out earlier.
Where it lies like a shimmering star. Stunned, you look into a silver eyes of the Pegasus. I will not forget, she whispers. From this day forth, you are a part of me.
That sounds weird.
That sounds potentially creepy. I don't know how I feel about that. From this day forth, you are a part of me. When you need my protection or my presence, simply touch the tear and make a wish. Oh, hell yeah, I'm just going to cut right to the making a wish part right now.
So that's what we're going to flip to right now?
We haven't gotten to a choice. I'm just saying, if we were really in charge of this story, I'd be in money with some hot... on an island with a lot of hot girls and a big mansion. Anyway, another bolt of lightning explodes, and to your horror, you see the door of the red wagon swing open. A bellow of rage bursts from the franchise as he and Justin Clusia, and Justin, the ringmaster, struggle to get through the narrow doorway.
Rawr.
Stop! Screams the franchise, but it is too late. With a loud clanking, the lock opens and chains drop. Fly! Fly away! Emma shouts. I shall not forget, promises the Pegasus, as she raises her feathery wings, lifts into the drifting night and vanishes. Run, Emma! Cries Petra as he stumbles, or Jalen as he stumbles and slips on the muddy ground. But you stand statue still, or Emma stands statue still, staring up into the empty sky.
Probably in complete utter shock and awe, probably.
Then a heavy hand falls on her shoulder and spins her around to face the franchise. You've just cost me a fortune, whelp. I don't care. She's free now. You can't hurt her anymore. No matter what you do to me, it was worth it, Emma says defiantly. Leave her alone, Jalen screams as he hurls himself at Bombex and pounds the large body with his fists. Grabbing Jalen with a huge hand, Bombex holds him at arm's length.
Indeed.
Justin, call the constable. We'll give him the boy, and they'll hang him.
Why would they want to hang him?
Because he just took the Pegasus.
How dare he! He shall
Giving him
pay.
a shove, he says, "Go home, girl. Just be glad I didn't feed you to a monster." "No," Emma says in a quiet but determined voice. Let Jalen go or I'll tell."
She's like, how dare you?
Hiss for me, Franchize. The Franchise leans close to her face. Tell what, girl? We were under your wagon and we heard everything. Let us go or we'll tell. Tugging his tunic over his bulging stomach. You do have a bulging stomach. The Franchise says calmly.
I do not have a bulging stomach, sir!
You're interrupting the story. Justin, find some place for our guests to spend the night someplace safe. Franchise, kill them. They'll ruin us.
I do not have a bulging stomach.
You do.
I do not!
Do as I tell you, thunders Franchise with his bulging stomach, and thrusting Emma and Petra into Justin's arms, he turns and strides away. I have to do everything, mutters Justin as he drags the two of you to a small, sturdy wagon, shoves you inside, and locks the door.
Rawr.
Emma, why did you tell them? Why didn't you run when you had the chance? Groaned Jalen from a dark corner. Well, because the story'd be over.
That's
Duh.
true.
Yeah, Emma, you just got yourself captured because you weren't smart enough to keep your mouth shut and not tell them because you could have gotten everybody in trouble. That's a lesson to you.
Remember that.
Yeah, there wasn't anywhere to go, Jalen. I
Uh-oh.
couldn't stand life at the Drunken Crow. That's where we live.
By the way, we have another woman in here now.
Who?
Watusi is in the house again.
Okay, well, we'll find a part for Watusi here.
Well,
Besides, you got into this mess only because of me. It's my fault we're in here. That's very responsible of you, Emma.
yes, it is. Very much so.
It's not your fault, Emma. Don't cry. Yeah, don't cry, Emma. Seriously. Jalen folds his arms around you until your tears stop. Around Emma, I'm sorry. Get some sleep now.
Yes.
Everything will look better in the morning. Okay, like you're not going to try to escape or anything?
Wow, really?
Wow. Seriously, you're just going to sleep in your cage. Okay. Okay, we've got the crystal tear. Remember, I'd be touching tear. I wish we were out of here. Okay. Emma doesn't think of that because, well, Emma's Emma.
Yeah, that's true.
Before falling into an uneasy slumber, Emma falls into an uneasy slumber. She carefully ties the tear on a cord and hangs it around her neck. During the night, you are awakened by cries of men and animals. The wagon suddenly lurches into motion, but its rhythmic movement soon lulls you back to sleep. When you waken again, the daylight shines through the tiny cracks in the wall, and the wagon stands motionless. Then the door swings open. Standing in the bright sunlight, the Franchise glowers at you. You have cost me 5,000 gold pieces and threatened me. But is the Franchise angry? Whoa, this dude speaks of himself in the third person.
Yep, sounds like me. I would go in the third person. Hurrah.
But is the Franchise angry? No. Why? Why, Emma asks. Because the Franchise is a fine fellow who loves everyone. I love you, Franchise. Can I give you a hug, dude? Not like in real life, but if I was like there, could I? Oh, okay.
I guess. By the way, also, I just want to note that after this next part here, in just a moment, we're actually going to switch gears here. We're actually going to have an impromptu contest here in just a moment. We're going to have a caller call in here in just a moment. And we're going to have a contest, and he's going to give away a prize.
Okay, so yeah, we're almost to a choice here.
So
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. Let's get going now.
Wrapping one of his huge arms around Emma's shoulders, he smiles thinly. I'll make you a bargain. Join the circus. We're one big happy family, and you'll both like it here. We'll feed you, care for you, and teach you a trade. And you can work off your debt to me. Discuss it before I come back. As the Franchise relocks the door, Emma strains to hear what he is saying to Justin and steps outside. All you can make out are a few muffled words. Don't care, decide, permanent accident. Later, the Franchise demands your decision. What would you do in the circus?
Okay, so here's the part where we get interactive with you guys, okay?
Okay.
We have the three choices, right?
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay, guys, this is where we need
Jalen
you.
is gonna asks Emma what she would do. Since you like animals, you could learn to train them.
This
If you
is
wanna do
option
that,
1.
That's option 1. You turn to page 47 if you want to train animals.
Option
You
2.
could learn to be a trapeze artist. Option 2. That would be page 103. Or we could work with the sideshow. That would be like working with the King and Dolly Dimples and the Beagles. Turn to page 86.
Okay, guys, so whoever gives us the first response, that's going to be the choice. Choice 1, 2, or 3.
Caller. So do you want to work with animals?
All right,
Like,
guys.
I guess that would be like the Rockefeller explosion.
Yeah.
We could be a trapeze artist. I don't really have a good showbiz. I guess that's like playing in the sky tubes.
Could be, yeah.
Or you could work with the cabaret sideshows.
That too.
So what?
Okay, so come on, everybody.
Okay.
Somebody.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So 1, 2, or 3, guys. Make your choice now.
1.
Well, we got 1 for 1.
Okay, hang on. So we'll be working with
Option-
animals when we deal with this contest thing.
7.
I saw.
7's not an option.
Wait. 3. 3 was before.
Yeah, what Tuesday? You just crazy.
Jalen, I got Jalen's actually first. And I
Okay, so
see.
so we'll go ahead and go with that.
We're gonna work with the King and Dolly Dimples and BB Bubbles when we come back.
I thought that was 1, or was there
No,
3?
that was 3. Oh no, but 3 was the first. If you scroll up, 3 was the first number to come in.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Okay.
I thought it was 1, but it's 3. So we're gonna work with the sideshows.
All right. So give
All
me a
right.
second. All right.
All right.
Okay, so we are going to have an impromptu contest here.
We're gonna have an impromptu contest. Take it, franchise.
All right.
We're gonna have an impromptu contest, and somebody's gonna win a prize. You're supposed to sing with me.
A prize.
Prize. All right.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen here.
All right.
I'm about to make a phone call real
A
quick.
random phone call. A
Yes.
random prank phone call.
Yes, we're going to do a random prank phone call. And I will let the caller, here's the thing, you have to guess who the caller is in order to see the prize. Now the thing is, instead of giving the answer in the YouTube or in the comments, you have to do it to the email that I sent we used a while back for the show.
That's franchise.
That's franchiselifetime@yahoo.com.
Okay, so
You have to go to that.
oh, I know who the guest is already. It's the Beagles.
No, it's not the Beagles.
Fats.
No, it's not that.
The Hambuglar.
No, we had the Hambuglar earlier.
Grimace.
No, it's not Grimace.
Ronald McDonald.
Okay. Well, let me see if we got the caller on the phone here. Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Hi there, caller. How are you?
Hey, everybody. It's, you know what? I'm not going to tell you who this is because you got to guess which this belongs to. If you can guess correctly, you will win a Pasquale plush.
You will win a Pasquale plush if you guess who this person is.
You have till Matt's next live show, that's next week, to send in your guesses.
And of course, the email for that is going to be franchiselifetime@yahoo.com.
I already know who it is. I can see the caller ID.
And I'll give you a hint. It's not a Chuck E. Cheese, Rockefeller Explosion, or Pizza Time Theater character. But this voice does belong to someone related to ShowbizPizza.com.
In other words, this is somebody who's a member of our group on the website.
So is it
Good
Mitzi?
luck, and make sure to send in your guesses to Matt the Franchise at his contest email account.
Right, we'll actually post that. I'll repost that here in just a moment here so everybody can guess who it is. All right, now we'll be posting that here shortly. Caller, thank you for calling, and we'll find out who you are hopefully by next show.
All right.
All right, thank you, caller.
All right. So like a member, like it could be.
It could be anybody. Now I'm actually gonna give everybody the
Do
email.
we need to give
address.
their screen name or their real name?
Their real name.
So it could be somebody like Vega Nova or Harmony Howlett or
It could be Danny E. It could
Danny
be,
E. It could be.
It could be even me.
It could be.
That guy could have pre-recorded that and you didn't even know it.
Who else is on the forum? Could it be me?
It could
That
be.
didn't sound like me at all. Who else has a screen name? I bet
Bob?
you Emma.
Who else has a screen name on there?
Was that Mike Gray? Minutia?
It could have been, very well.
Lemmy Bird 78?
Who knows who it could have been?
Shiny Happy... That was Shiny Happy Jen, I bet.
No, that wasn't Jen. But this is the email address you send it to. You send your answers to
The
this.
email address you send it to.
franchiselifetime@yahoo.com.
Dude, we shouldn't sing anymore. That was bad.
No, people like to hear us sing. Again, that email address is franchiselifetime@yahoo.com.
Or you can call us on our new toll-free number, 800-366-1234. 1-800...
This is not a real number, people. This is not a real number.
It is a real number. It may be disconnected. I don't know whose number it is, but that's a real number.
But yeah, you have to guess who that was. Whoever that voice was, the person on our... It's a person on our website. Apparently Mystery Shopper's going to be calling that number.
1-800-366-1234. Tell me who answers when you do that.
Whose voice was that? Send it to this email. And of course, tell us who tell us your answer, and you will receive a...
It was Shiny Happy Jen, I think. No,
it was not Jen.
It sounded like her.
Oh man.
Was it Veganova?
No.
Who else is on the forum?
Could have been Bob.
That didn't sound like Bob. He didn't have a screen name on the forum.
That we know of.
Who else is on the forum? Is anybody on the forum anymore? I don't think you can get to it. Is it a trick question?
Could be a trick question.
Yeah. So we're back to our story. So when we last left off, there was a Pegasus. We decided to free it from Matt the Franchise's circus because he's the bad guy with his assistant. So Emma and Jalen decided to set the Pegasus free. They got captured because Emma has a big mouth. They got thrown in a red wagon, locked in for the night. Now they have to join the circus against their will. You have 3 choices. You could have joined the... you could have been a trapeze artist. You could have worked with the animals. You could have been a clown. No, you couldn't have been a clown. That wasn't a choice. Or you could have worked with a sideshow such as Dolly Dimples, Artie Antlers, or BB Bubbles, which is what we went with. Let us continue.
Alright, so now we're going to continue on where we left off. After that...
So we're going to go to page 86. Cruise into page 86!
We'll probably do the others. We'll also maybe do the other feature we did last week also in the show.
If we have time.
Yes.
Can we bring up other features? There's a picture. I don't know what it's of. It's a skinny guy and a fat chick.
Okay, so...
afternoon at the sideshow. A gaunt man rushes a hand over his skeletal head, looks at you with large brown eyes and says gently, "No need to be afraid, little ones. I won't hurt you." Incredibly tall and thin, with long, thin arms and legs, he looks more like a starved stork than a man. Piffle Helix. I think that's a person's name. We need a new character. Who have we not used?
Well, let's see. We've used...
Is his name Piffle or Helix? Does Piffle have it? What's Piffle mean?
I have no idea. Who could we pick for this?
Watusi! Okay, so let me reread that.
Watusi.
Well, okay, that's the other character. Okay, well, I'll read in a Watusi voice.
Oh, Lord. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear the Watusi voice.
Okay, hang on. Okay. Piffle, Watusi! You're not going to convince them by... Okay, wait, I gotta reread the top part. No need to be afraid, honey child! Little ones! I won't hurt you! Woo, honey, I won't hurt you, little child! Piffle, Watusi! You're not going to convince them just by telling them so. They'll have to learn that for themselves, says an immensely fat and friendly-looking woman. Dolly Dimples.
Yeah, sounds like a... Don't you know how to do Dolly Dimples' voice?
I can't do it. Okay, so we gotta name somebody else besides,
Let's see, who have we not used here?
Mystery Shopper. Who's Mystery Shopper? What is your name, Mystery Shopper?
Let's see. Mystery Shopper shown. Give her name.
Could you want to be
It's Bob's screen name. It could be.
Okay, so
we'll just say Mystery Shopper just is Mystery Shopper.
No, babies. Don't you worry about a thing, she says. My fifth husband, okay, sorry. She says, gathering you both to her enormous bosom. You just squeeze between her ladies. As she holds you in a hug, she adds, "You're safe with Momo and Helix." God, that's a horrible name.
That's a horrible
What to say? And, mystery shopper. We're not babies, Jalen says haughtily, squirming out of her embrace. Well, my dears, we mean no offense. It's just that Watusi and I have no children of our own. It's a grief to us. Ooh, honey child, if you care to join us, I've got a nice pot of soup on the fire and some sweet buns ready to come out of the oven, child.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, ma'am, says Jalen. Jalen cries eagerly.
Oh my
Shall
goodness.
you sit down next to the old odd couple and eat the best meal of your life? Ham and pineapple pizza.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Disgusting.
That's for Danny E.
Yes. Shout out to Danny, who's probably watching.
Forgive
Hi,
us
Danny.
if we've been rude, Emma apologizes, but most people aren't so nice to us. And don't we know it, little lamb? Don't we know it? Sighs Mo. Yeah, this has got to be Dolly Dimples, but we'll say it's Mr. Shopper pretending to be Dolly Dimples hugging you. Watusi and I aren't quite that what folks on the outside consider normal, so they don't take too much care of being nice to us either.
By the way, speaking of Emma, it should be noted that she'll be receiving her prize tomorrow.
Prize time with Emma!
So keep a lookout for that.
There's nothing wrong with you,
You may
Jalen
be
says,
already
slurping his pizza noisily. We know that, Momo laughs, but other folks don't think so. Why, they take one look at this husband of mine and that's it. They can't take him seriously. How could you take a black man with a blonde wig seriously? And him with a lawyer's training and a fine, sharp mind? That doesn't sound like Watusi.
No, it does not.
We only
Not at
starved
all.
when he set up office, and that's when you see us coming down the street together. You should hear them laugh. It's not... Okay. It's not as though I can't help being so short and so... Okay, I gotta read what... no, this is Mystery Shopper. It's not as though I can help being so short and so fat. I pray to all gods. See, there are different gods in D&D. But I just keep getting bigger, sniffs Momo. Mystery Shopper. Ooh, don't worry, honey child, about what others think.
Oh my goodness.
Watusi says, patting her broad back. Do people really laugh at you? Emma asks.
Why would people laugh at Watusi?
Ooh, honey child, of course they do. See, we're all being different. Mystery Shopper and I. Oh, we're really not that different. Only in the way we look on the outside. But, ooh, lordy, most folks don't look any further. Being around someone who's different makes people angry because it forces them to realize that they may be less than perfect themselves. So, we decided to join the circus. Here we're normal. No one looks at us funny or says things to hurt us.
Why would they want to?
Ooh, no one except them townies, child. We sees them every day. They still poke fun at us. Now, they don't know any better. You just have to ignore them.
Do we really?
I'm sorry if we hurt your feelings, Emma says. Everything has happened so fast and we don't know who we can trust here. Thank you for feeding us. It was the nicest meal we've ever had.
Why are you so rude, Emma?
And Jalen and I would be pleased if you'd be our friends. Aww.
Aww. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Ooh, perhaps you be telling us better, or perhaps you better be telling us why you's here.
I don't know why you was here. Are you
That
over
was
there?
that was Watusi talking. Emma and Jalen look at each other, and then a wordless decision passes between you. You speak telepathically, apparently. In a very short time, you have told your story. Then a long silence falls, broken only by the crackling fire.
Crack, crack,
Crack,
crack,
crack, crack, crack.
Shh.
I always knew
Crack,
there was
crack,
something
crack,
funny
crack,
going on here. but I just closed my mind to it, says the mystery shopper. Are you quite sure about the doppelgangers and the fortune teller? Absolutely, Emma declares.
Does she really know?
Yeah. Woo, honey child, we shall be having to do something about this here. This is our home, and we're loyal subjects of Greyhawk. If that franchise has his way, he'll destroy our lives and search for its power.
Oh, not even. I wouldn't do such a thing. I mean, we all know me better than that, right?
Oh, Watusi, where will we go? What will we do? Ooh, don't worry, child. Everything be all right. Leave it to me. Can we help, Jalen asks. This means a lot to us, too. We have nowhere else to go. It might well be dangerous, mystery shopper says. The franchise and Justin aren't stupid.
We're not?
You're not.
Alright.
If they can be stopped, we want to help. Alright, says mystery shopper, but the two of you will definitely have to disappear now. I'm not going to hide, Jalen growls. Damn, this is a long book before you get to a choice. I was thinking of disguising you, not hiding you. Mystery shopper explains. What do you mean, Emma asks. Become part of the show. The franchise would look right at you and not even see you.
Actually, yeah, I would.
What would we do? Emma asks, both doubtful and curious. You could be living mummies. Would it hurt? Jalen asks. Of course not. It's just makeup. Here, I'll show you. I'll do your hands and faces, and you can see what I'm talking about, says mystery shopper as he rummages through a large, or she rummages through. Mystery shopper's a girl, right?
I guess.
Yeah, they've never identified themselves. That's why they're a mystery. It rummages through a large box. Do living mummies really exist? Emma asks, sitting at his feet. Well, yes and no, mystery shopper says as he opens a large can. She opens a large can. Sometimes people get an illness that makes their skin shrivel. The cause is unknown and there's no cure.
Isn't that really? Why wouldn't there be a cure?
Well, there's magic in D&D. There are clerics and stuff. You'd think they could cast a spell, but whatever. When it dries up, the makeup will make you look just like those people. As mystery shopper spreads an icky goop on your face.
Icky goop?
Yeah, Emma's getting icky goop all over her face.
That just sounds kind
of
gross.
The act is simple. You just move around a little and let people look at you as though you're alive. Sometimes they talk to you. I suggest you pretend you can't speak.
Why would you want to do that?
Oh, you look horrible.
It
Emma
sounds gross.
Exclaims Jalen. If I didn't know it was you, I'd be scared to death. I would too.
Yeah, me too.
Emma holds up her hands and stares at them in horror. Her skin is now a gray-green, wrinkled, and all dead-looking. Even though she knows it's only makeup, she's frightened. Now it's your turn, says the mystery shopper. Amazed, you watch your friend turn into a thing of horror. Noticing your look, Jalen claws at you with his awful hands. Even though you know it's Jalen, you shriek in terror and hide behind, let's see, who is Momo? That was Watusi.
Oh yeah, that's right. Of course, Watusi's here, but she hasn't posted.
From behind her skirt, you see a crabman.
A crabman?
Yeah, that's like a monster in D&D. It's like he's got crab claws and little antenna stalks. Most about appearance and Siddle up next to. What does Siddle mean?
I don't know.
Next to mystery shopper.
Do you think I know the answers to all big words?
I don't know. Have you seen two little kids, Helix? No, I don't believe I have. Why? Heard Franchize whispering to that rat-faced Justin about getting rid of them. Sounded like he meant forever. Thought I with the pudgy tummy.
Hey!
Hey, it said that in the book.
I do not have a pudgy tummy.
Thought I'd try to find him and warn him.
Where you got that from?
Jeez. Noticing you for the first time, he adds. I thought your living mummy quit the show. So she did, said mystery shopper.
Why would she quit the show?
Who's the crab man?
Pudgy is cute, don't worry. Pudgy. I'm not Pudgy!
Rabbit T. Rabbit. You're the crab man. It's a rabbit man.
I don't even think he's in. I mean, he's here, but he's not.
Okay, well, he's in the chat room. He just became the crab man.
Yeah.
So she did, draws the mystery shopper. But we were lucky enough to pick up these two a couple towns back. They haven't been exhibited yet. Too shy.
Oh, they haven't really?
Need to get used to people looking at them. We'll probably show them tomorrow. You better. You know how the franchise is about feeding people who don't work.
Yep.
After the rabbit man leaves, Jalen says, he seemed nice. Why didn't you tell him who we really are? The fewer people who know who you are, the safer you'll be, answers the mystery shopper.
Indeed, Citizen Slappy.
Now it's almost time for the evening performance. Are you going to join us or not? Can Emma and I talk for just a minute?
No, you can't.
Oh, you're not there.
I just
Of course,
like to run my 2 cents in. It makes the
Okay.
story more funny.
Of course, replies the mystery shopper. Come along. Come along, Watusi. We'll leave them for a while.
Yes. Alright.
Oh, Jalen, what should we do? This disguise would work, but it's so creepy. Well, our decisions are clear, says Jalen as he admires his mummy hands.
Hold on a second there. We got another option coming up here, folks. So be ready
We called our 900 number. 50 cents a call.
50 cents a call.
It's a 900 number.
Since when do we have a 900 number?
We don't.
Oh.
Emma says, please don't kill you. Well, Emma, do you have a PayPal account? If you want to PayPal us some money real quick, we can arrange for you to live.
Checks may be payable to Matt the Franchise, by the way.
Justin's confident. He promises not to kill her. Okay. Now, you can, A, be living mummies in the sideshow. We can turn to page 78. So, Emma and Jalen are going to be living mummies. 2, they can go back to being animal trainers. Or 3, they can decide to be trapeze artists. So 1, they're gonna be living mummies. 2, they're gonna go work with animals. Or 3, they're gonna be trapeze artists. So in other words, they're changing directions and they could change occupation. So we stay with what we're doing. Are we gonna work with animals or are we gonna be trapeze people? Mr. Shopper wants to know what happened to the 800 number. I just realized if we had a 900 number, we could make a profit.
Yep. So definitely make sure that
No, Justin, you're a bad guy. We can't trust you. You're the franchise's partner in the story. Okay, folks, what are we going to do? Are we going to stay mummies? Are we going to be animal trainers? Or are we going to be trapeze artists? First person to answer.
You don't need to get that close to the camera.
It was for dramatic.
You're gonna scare the people, dude. This is
Okay, Mystery Shopper says number 3. So we're going to go to page 103. We're going to say, oh, Honey Child, we is not wearing this makeup.
Apparently not.
I'm gonna die.
Don't worry, Citizen Emma. We will not allow that to happen.
You just saying Emma's gonna die?
Oh, noes.
So you want to be trapeze artist, says the handsome young man as he strokes his carefully waxed mustache. That sounds like Captain Slappy to me.
Well, you don't have a mustache.
I did.
You had a mustache.
I did this story and I'm beautiful.
You're beautiful.
We've come to the right place. I, Captain Slappy, am the best there is. But why do you wish to learn?
Red Heart.
It is difficult. Perhaps you cannot do it because you are not the Captain Slappy.
You are not.
Certainly, you'll never be as good as I am. And flexing his smooth muscles,
really,
he admires himself in the full-length mirror that hangs on the wall of his wagon.
Well, we don't have a mirror here, so you can use the camera.
Okay. Oh yeah. It's because you are the best that we wish to study under you. We know we'll never be as good as you.
Earthquake there.
Says Emma, placing a firm hand on Jalen as he squirms beside you. But if we work at it very hard, perhaps we'll be a credit to you. Then everyone will say what a good teacher you are.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
You're right, says the captain as he smooths his tunic over his chest. I'm sure I'd be perfectly marvelous teacher. I'm superb at everything I do. Wow, this is a great character for me.
So you get to be muscly and Matt gets to be pudgy. Yeah,
All
that
right.
makes sense, doesn't it, right?
You may stay.
Why do I have to be the pudgy one?
Because you are and I'm the skinny, attractive one. But anyway, you're...
correction. I think I'm
All right, you may stay. But you must always do exactly as I tell you and keep out of my way when you're not practicing. First, take these soiled costumes down to the stream and wash them. Be very careful of the decorations and don't lose any of them.
Yes, indeed. Don't lose them.
And then you can tidy the wagon. I'm afraid I've been too busy to pay much attention to it lately.
Well, that's
Tossing a large bundle of soiled clothes in your direction, Captain Slappy gives you his glossy blonde hair a final pat and leaves. Emma, how could you let him talk to you like that? Explodes. Jalen?
Explosion!
Okay, sorry. That stuck-up muscular horsetail. Excuse me? You don't talk to me. Oh, you do not talk to me like that.
No, you do not.
You'll never be as good as I am, mimics Jalen. It's the best. I'm the best. I'm superb. I'm magnificent. I'm a pompous donkey. Young man, you watch your language. He starts flinging himself down in disgust in the rumpled bunk. Okay. Hysterical woofing cries and loud clapping follows Jalen's words. What the? Exclaims Jalen, and together you peer under the bed. Two mischievous black eyes stare back. Why, it's that monkey creature, you say. What did the ringmaster call it during the show last night?
I don't know.
I think the monkey creature needs a name. Ustream bot, says Jalen as he pulls the furry animal toward him. Whiffling softly, it wraps its long arms around Jalen's neck and hugs him tightly. Why is it under the bed? Emma asks. It looks as though that's where, who was the animal trainer? Was that Justin?
I don't remember.
Justin, were you the animal trainer? Yeah. No, Justin was the partner.
Yeah, that was my partner.
Biffers was the partner. Justin was the animal trainer.
Biffer has disappeared.
Okay, so it can be Biffer. It looks as though where Biffer's 1995 keeps it.
Yes, indeed.
Jalen says, picking up the silver chain looped around the Ustream bot's neck. As the lock clicks open and the chain falls away, the Ustream bot shrieks happily and bounces rapidly towards the wagon.
Does he
Quick, catch it, hollers Jalen, and for the next few minutes, madness reigns. Sounds like here.
Yeah, sounds like the madness that comes on this show.
Okay, alright.
Alright.
Alright. Whew. Now we know why Justin keeps it chained. If you do that again, Ustream bot, I'll have to lock you up, Jalen warned.
It's a monkey.
No, it's a Ustream bot.
Oh, well.
Ustream bot looks down and chatters sadly. Then behave yourself and we won't do it, Emma says, ruffling the catcher's long red fur. Why would a Ustream bot be furry and red?
I have no idea.
If we meant purple, it could be Mr. Munch.
I was about to say.
Emma, maybe this won't work, Jalen says suddenly. Justin will never teach us anything. He even uses a monkey as a partner so that he doesn't have to compete with another person. The only thing he'll let us do is be his personal slaves. I don't want to be a trapeze artist if it means bowing and scraping to the conceited boor.
That sounds disgusting.
I don't think it will be that bad, Jalen. I think we can work. Besides him, we can learn in spite of him. Besides, what choice do we have? Okay, so we can become animal trainers and switch occupations again. They can work in the sideshow, which is what we did earlier, and be mummies. Which would be basically doing the thing we already did with Watusi and Mystery Shopper.
Yep.
Or we can stay right here and be trapeze artists.
Well, we can hold off on that one. We're going to bookmark there.
And we'll pick up next time.
Yes, indeed.
To be continued.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That was a very long segment.
Wow, yeah, that was not the best choice of books, but hey, we'll pick up next time.
Yeah. The other one would definitely have a lot more options, too. That one was fun to do.
Okay.
We'll definitely do that one, too. Done. Well, since we got a couple more minutes here, we can also do the...
we can learn some Hawaiian.
We can do the Hawaiian book again. Okay, so here's how this...
Oh, that was light. We learned that one last week.
Yes. So what we're going to go and do is, here's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to give me a random word, and it's a simple word, nothing too extravagant.
It's going to be a clean word that doesn't get censored, because if you say a dirty word, it'll be censored and we won't know what you said.
Exactly. So
give us a random word.
Give us a random word here, and we'll see if it's actually in this book. And we get to learn Hawaiian.
Learning Hawaiian with Slappy and the Franchise. Learning, I can't think of a good song.
Well, we can think our...
Underpants. Emma wants to learn underpants in Hawaiian. Meka leka sheka heka. That's not in Hawaiian.
No. Unfortunately, I don't see underwear in here.
Hang on. Yeah.
While he's coming up with that one, give us another one.
Okay, hang on. Hawaiian, how would you say underpants?
How do you say?
You don't have underpants in your country?
I guess not. Mystery shopper wants us to look up booger.
I don't think if they don't have underpants, surely they don't have that.
Probably not.
No.
No. Sorry.
No.
Come on, give us another one, guys. Give us like a legit word here, so we can actually maybe try to look it up on here. Give me that. Okay, let's see. I can't find it on here.
Captain Underpants. No. That's not gonna work.
That's just not gonna work.
Flashlight. There we go. There's a
Flashlight.
word.
Let's see.
They have tiki torch. I can already tell you that one. It's tiki torch.
Yeah.
Tiki torch.
No, flashlight's not in here either.
Tiki torch. Everybody knows that one.
Let's see. Flood is why.
Try harder, grasshopper. Yes.
You are correct, sir.
Yes. Try harder. Pepperoni. No, they don't put pepperoni on their pizza. They put ham on their pizza and they eat it with pineapple. Everybody knows that. That's why it's called Hawaiian pizza. That's why
I'm sorry. Hawaiian pizza is the nastiest. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm not going to a Chuck E. Cheese in Hawaii, because it's probably all you can order is Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, that's probably a delicacy there. Alright, let's see. I love that pizza. Ugh. Monkey, let's see.
Do they have monkeys in Hawaii? Our producer's saying yes, they do.
Yeah, but monkey's not a word in here. How about I just pick words out of random here?
Here, okay, hang on. So we're gonna go.
Mecca.
Folk. Oana.
Oana.
It's like Oana. It looks like banana, but it's got an OH in front of it without a B. Oana.
I wonder if it knows how to say poop. Or cheese. Try cheese. Cheese.
We did cheese because it was some ridiculous word, and I was like, that would never work in Chuck E. Cheese in Hawaiian.
Which, of course, we all know the
Wa'ipakapa. Chucky Wa'ipakapa. Could you do the Chuck E. Cheese song and substitute the word cheese with that? Chucky Wa'ipakapa.
The party is pleased to be.
Okay.
Or the party is cooking a
poo, just P-O-O.
How about tree? Try tree. Let's try the tree.
A tree is a kumala.
Crystal, are we saying that correctly?
Kumala.
Spell it.
Tree. Kumulaau. Kumalau. Sounds like a Greek thing, like you're in what fraternity are you in, dude? I'm in Delta Kumalau.
Maybe that's the Hawaiian, maybe they have Hawaiian clicks like that.
Yeah. There's a great Hawaiian hotel, it's called Kamana Wanalea.
Yeah. That's the one. Yes, there is.
Banana. Kamana Wanalea.
Actually, no, hold on. There's another word before that one. Do the word baby.
Pepe?
Get in my belly!
It's a pepe.
I'm higher than you,
Aloha, it's a pepe. The baby is a pepe. And then, banana.
Get in my belly!
A banana, no banana, no.
Crystal, do you know the word for banana?
It's banana, no.
Hi.
There's no banana, no in Hawaiian.
Are you broken?
That's just fun to say. No.
Okay.
What about hamster?
Hamster?
Emma likes hamsters. Lucy likes hamsters too. She says they're very tasty.
I'm sure Lucy would think the same thing too.
That's what I said. Lucy likes hamsters. They're like tiny bunnies, and she likes to eat tiny bunnies. It's hamster. No.
Yep, that's hamster in Spanish. That's hamster in Hawaiian. How's this spelled? How do you say it again?
Hamster. No.
How about fruit? Look at fruit.
Halu? H-U-A. How do I say that?
H-U-A.
Yeah. That.
Hua.
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 Hua is Yua.
Who is you are?
Hua is a banana.
Okay, orange. Look up orange.
All right.
We don't know. We don't have annoying orange, I'm sure, but.
All right.
Hi.
All right.
All right. We'll look up orange for mystery shopper.
Alani. Alani.
Alani.
Alani and a banana. No.
And of course, I want to be also known that this this segment is being sponsored by the hotel in Hawaii called Kamanawalea.
There's no such place.
There is. I saw it when we were there.
There is not.
There's two.
Yes.
We stayed there that time we went to Hawaii.
Yes.
In our imaginary.
Kamanawalea.
Kamanawalea. Sand is one. O-N-E.
Sounds like a name.
Okay.
One.
One.
Oh, it's one.
One.
Not one. So, one, 2, 3, 4.
No.
Banana.
Justin has spelled banana. No, wrong.
Wah wah wah.
What was light again? We got
Pick a random pick another word. Random word now.
Oh, I don't remember what light was. Like mala mama. Because Hawaiian people worship lights.
Yeah, apparently they do.
A banana is a fruit.
How about look up the color blue?
Blue. I've already forgotten the Hawaiian we've already learned. They've got blue like as in
there it is.
Okay. So it'd be dude. Ooh, I need to get Steve Waters on here.
Yes, we do. That'll boost our ratings.
How many people have we lost so far? Oh, we're still pretty good. We got 13 people that hung with us.
And we appreciate you guys watching.
Here's what I'm talking about. Bing.com/image search. Yeah.
You lost us, man. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you lost me at the http //.
Alright, look up another random word for our viewers.
Final one, because we've got to go in 1 minute.
Actually, we still got 2 minutes to kill.
Give me a word.
Okay, give us a word, guys. Give us some random word. Or at least one that'll be...
Oh, here's a fun one. Green. Oma, o. Oma, o. What? Our producer's telling me wrong. How do you say that?
How do you say it?
How do you say green?
Oma.
Hawaii is a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. Shirt. Look up shirt.
Okay, citizen. Citizens like shirt.
Citizen Mystery Shopper wants us to look up shirt. Many citizens will agree that we all like to wear shirts.
Palula.
Palula.
P-A-L-U-L-E. Paluli.
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 Paluli?
Is it paluli?
Palule?
What's the word?
Shirt.
Spell it.
P-A-L-U-L-E.
Palule.
Palule.
Palule!
Palule. Palule.
Buy your CV Palues. And soon we will be actually, here's a question for you guys. What would you guys think if there was actually a lifetime t-shirt that actually we had?
I would
you buy it?
whoa, not a shirt, but a palule.
Would you guys buy
Would you buy it?
buy a lifetime Palue if it had both of us on it?
No.
No, okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Mystery Shopper says she.
How many of you are old enough to have a credit card to buy a T-shirt with? Is the question. Probably not most of you.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Random dance time.
But it should be also noted that I'm also going to be putting out a Matt the Franchise also shirt too out also.
Can I put out a Captain Slappy shirt?
You can if you want to.
I would like that.
Citizens will agree that you will like that.
Who do you like better, me or the Fran? They like you better.
No. Let's ask them. Let's see. Who do you like better, me or him?
I like the Franchise better. It's your show. I'm just the sidekick. I'm the Robin.
No. This is
Both
our
of
show.
you guys are better. What does that mean? Both of us are better. How can we both be better? Okay, we'll go with that. Oh, Mystery Shopper likes 1 vote for Slappy. I'm the funny one. The Franchise. Oh, we're tied.
Ha! In your face.
Okay. All right. So that's our show.
Yes, that will. Again, that contest we did start on earlier. That is a legit contest. Make sure you send
Pasquale plush.
That is a real contest. You gotta figure out who that was on the phone.
Wow, seriously, Pasquale? Who the hell wants a Pasquale doll?
I would.
Enter the contest then, because you already know who it is. And you gotta remember,
This is the
forum
email.
member.
It is a forum member that is part of that. Or who was it that called? This is the number you.
Not a character. He did a character voice, but that's.
This is the email you send the answer to, and then we'll talk about the winner next week. Win your
Palule!
And you'll win a plush. You'll win a Pasquale plush. All right, so go ahead and give him the end spew for us.
This show is a copyright presentation of Franchise Production. No part may be copied in full or whole without written consent of Franchize Entertainment. If you do, we will sue your asses off. From our house to you, live in the beautiful Franchise Studios in the middle of an apartment complex in beautiful Irving, Texas, which is not so beautiful, next to the airport. This is The Franchise, Matt Rivera, and Captain Slappy. And we'll see you next time on Lifetime with The Franchise and Captain Slappy. Pasta, people!
Alright, thanks for watching, guys.
I wish I have credits like scrolling across our faces right now. Can we do that? How do you make the words fly off?
They have to magically do that.
But we need some magic.
We need some magic, yes we do. Send all your magic to that email. Alright guys, we'll see y'all later. Bye now. Wait, everybody. Wait. There we go. Alright, see y'all later. Bye.
Okay.